Thank you, the ABU band. Please may we remain standing for the love of country and our university as the ABU band will lead us in the national anthem. After the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much to ABU band. By the leave of the chairman of the occasion, may we be seated.
Okay, now kaji dan. Ina kaji. Smay group.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Zaria Heritage and Splendor, the proud city of the great Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, that cosmopolitan citadel where the shade of the Gamji continue to flourish in scholarship, service, and thought leadership. There are days the university gathers for deliberation. There are days, and there are those special days the university gathers to celebrate one of those long years of teaching endured and produced. This is one of those special days. Seated in this hall are great minds who have patiently waited for this day. And as well, the teachers and administrators, you're come here for the day. And with me today, is Ahmadu to anchor the events together. By the leave of the chairman of the occasion, may we go straight to the business of the day by honor to invite for the opening prayer from the Faculty of Medical Sciences, Dr. Yusuf Yushab. To commit the gathering to the will of the Almighty. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before the opening prayer and some housekeeping rules, I am to tell you to take your seats. There are available seats for everyone, and then maintain some silence so that we get the benefit of the day. The Vice Chancellor is seated. The Chief Medical Director is seated. The Registrar of Council is seated, and our Royal Father. Please let us give that benefit of silence to have the benefit of what we are gathered to celebrate here today.
إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the world, the most beneficent, the most merciful, the only master of the government. You alone need worship, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us into the step path. The path of those who need your favor, not path of those who need your anger, not those who wait astray. Oh Allah, we ask you in your mercy and attributes to bless this gathering, take everyone that is in back to his destination safely. Oh Allah, bless the graduate seated here. Oh Allah, bless what we learn in terms of knowledge, skills, discipline, sources of benefit for them year and year after. Oh Allah, bless their teachers, bless their parents. Oh Allah, bless College of Medical Sciences, Bello University Zaria. Oh Allah, bless Bello University Zaria, bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yushab Yusuf, for committing the gathering to the will of Almighty. Now that we are covered and fortified with divine blessings, Mana, take it away from me to introduce our invited guests.
Thank you very much, Dr. Banalu. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, once again, I welcome each and every one of you to this auspicious occasion. The College of Medical Sciences, Bello University, Zaria, Sponcio, Academica, 2026 Administration of the Physician Hippocratic Oath on newly qualified doctors. Ladies and gentlemen, today is indeed a glorious day. Today is a day of celebrating educational achievement, a day of celebrating academic excellence. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have already seated with us the chief host of today's event, the Vice Chancellor of the prestigious Bello University Zaria, Professor Abdu-Aguye. Please a round of applause for the Vice Chancellor. We also have with us the chairman of today's occasion, the Chief Medical Director of the Ahmadu University Teaching Hospital, Professor Hamidu. You're welcome, sir. Please a round of applause for him. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have with us the host of today's event, the Provost of the College of Medical Sciences, Ahmadu University, Zaria, Professor Ibrahim. You're welcome, sir. The royal father of the day, the area of Ahmadu is here, ably represented by the Nigerians Ahmadu. You're welcome, sir. Our guest lecturer, Professor Ibrahim Abdu-Aguye, you're welcome, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I also of our grandfather, a father to some of us here, our grandfather, someone who, whenever I see, I remember his scenario in 2012 when ABUTH celebrated 50th anniversary. A lecture at Assembly Hall, when someone said he decided to brought the lecture there. Assembly Hall was established in 1963, was constructed in 1953, a year before he was born. And when this extraordinary gentleman stood, he said he remembered in 1953 he was in Bello College and then Malam Academica was teaching them mathematics. And as at that time, Malam Academica was in that hall. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome the former Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu University, Zaria, Professor Hamidu. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. May I also acknowledge the presence of the chairperson of the Committee of Deans and Directors, who also governs as the Dean of Life Sciences, Professor Zaria. You're welcome, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have with us the Deputy Provost of the College of Medical Sciences, Professor Ibrahim. You're welcome, sir. Dean of Clinical Sciences, Professor Ahmadu. You're welcome, ma'am. Dean of Faculty of Basic Clinical Sciences, Professor Rashid Yusuf, who also governs as the Vice Exam Officer. You're welcome, sir. We also have with us the Dean of Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, Professor Wilson Muhammad. You're welcome, sir. The Dean of Allied Health Sciences, Professor Abdu-Aguye. You're welcome. And then, of course, the Dean of Dentistry, Professor Abdu-Aguye. You're welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have with us our August visitor in the month of August. The person who will take over the high point of today's event, the registrar of the mental of the MBCM, Professor Fatima Kiari, who is here ably represented by Dr. Tijani Alemandeka, Assistant Registrar and HOD Medical Registration. We also have with us one of our own in the College of Medical Sciences, the Director of University Health Services, Professor Mohammed Dauda. You're welcome, sir. The Dean of Social Sciences, Professor Shamsuddin Muhammad. You're welcome. And then we also have with us the Dean of Professor Muhammad Bello, is here represented by Dr. Mahmoud. You're welcome, sir. Also from there, you can see the Director and staff, Dr. Professor Baba Jibril Al-Yahoud. You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, from amongst our guests, we have with us a former member representing Ibrahim at the Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Shamsuddin Abdullahi. You're welcome, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, professors, deans, directors, teaching and non-teaching staff of Bello University, inductees, parents, ladies and gentlemen, you all are welcome. Please, I want a resounding round of applause for the inductees to me. It's actually a tough ride from COVID to ASU strike in 2022. We all had a rough times, but at the end, they are now successful graduates. I wish us all good luck as you take your next journey through. The Dean of our Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, is here represented by Pharmacist Ahmadu, who you welcome, sir. Our fathers at the College of Medical Sciences, Professor Abdu-Aguye, who is the former CMP of the ABUTH. Ladies and gentlemen, may I also acknowledge the presence of Professor S. You're welcome, sir. And of course, the Dean of Deans, the Dean of Life Sciences, is wearing two caps today, in a capacity as the chairperson of the CDD, and then also representing the alumni president worldwide, Malam Ahmadu. Now, thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Having established the protocol, with the permission of the chairman, may I at this point invite the chairman for his opening remarks. Please, a round of applause for the chairman. Thank you.
The Registrar of MBCN, Professor Fatima, who is ably represented by Dr. Tijani, the Vice Chancellor of Bello, University of Zaria, Professor Ahmadu, my honorable sir, distinguished provosts, deans, consultants, respected parents and guests, our newly to be inducted medical doctors here seated, ladies and gentlemen of the press, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Today is a proud day for Bello University Teaching Hospital as well as Bello University Zaria. If I look back and I me, I'm overjoyed because this set of students that we're seeing seated in front of us are the first set of students to be graduated under the College of Medical Sciences in Zaria. Now, despite the fact that you have suffered, but you are the first. In a few minutes, you will take the teacher notes. That oath is simple but certain. It means putting the patient first. It means competence. It means integrity. It means also taking the right decision. You are graduating at a time when Nigerians need almost all of you. Our hospitals, our PhDs, our communities are all counting on you. As ABUTH doctors, you carry the name of this great institution. Let ABUTH trained be known wherever you go. They should die excellence, they should die discipline, and they should be service. Please note that as you take this oath, you don't drop your books. This is just the beginning. If you drop your books, it becomes a problem. Computer will take up your job. So there has to be continuous learning. There has to be teamwork and uphold ethics, which is very, very key and very, very important. To the parents, thank you for your sacrifice. This success belongs to you too. To MDCN and ABUTH management, thank you for maintaining standard. My dear colleagues, you're going to wear a white coat, and in a few minutes, you will be paying DR in front of your name, doctor. I congratulate you on that, and I hope that you maintain those 3 items that I've mentioned. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you very much. Please, another round of applause for our Chief Medical Director and the Chairman of the occasion. You can do better. I can see Professor Shaibu from ENT. You know, it's still not a deafening sound, so it's still allowable. Thank you very much. When he speaks, he commands respect and instills that confidence and hope in everyone. A towering figure who is only not tall in stature but in command and administration. Thank you very much, CID, Professor Hamidu, for the chairman's remarks. Indeed, every occasion is a chairman like us. Thank you. Moving on next, by the leave of the chairman, we go into a welcome address by the Provost College of Medical Sciences. And of course, the Provost College of Medical Sciences is the academic landlord of the college. You know, in the theater, as a trauma and orthopedic surgeon, he ensures that the balls are straight. And then he ensured that our students are firm and ready to be admitted as doctors and to get into the noble profession. Thank you, Professor Ismail, the Provost College of Medical Sciences, for your welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning, all. Professor Ahmadu, who is also the chief host of this event, our father, the former Vice Chancellor of Bello University, Zaria, Professor Abdu-Aguye, the chairman of this occasion, who is Chief Medical Director of Bello University Teaching Hospital, Professor Hamidu, the Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, ably represented by Dr. Tijani Abimandaka, the head of registration, our royal father of the day, he was here, Zazo, who is representing His Highness the Emir of Zazo, our guest lecturer, mentor, and father, Professor Ibrahim Abdu-Aguye, the deputy provost of the college, Professor Ibrahim Abdu-Rashid, our fathers, Professor Abdu-Aguye, Professor S. Oshitu, the 5 deans of the College of Medicine, the worldwide president of the Bello University Alumni Association, ably represented by the Chairman Committee of Deans and the Faculty of Life Sciences, Professor Mariam Hamidu, other deans and directors that are here, heads of departments, professors, parents, and guardians that are here seated with us, graduates, members of the press, students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with a profound joy, immense pride, and a deep sense of responsibility and humility that I welcome you to this historic occasion. That is the induction of our graduating medical students that attacked the erudites into the noble medical profession. Today marks the culmination of years of rigorous academic study, demanding clinical training, sleepless nights, countless examinations, and unwavering perseverance. More importantly, it marks the beginning of a lifelong commitment to the service of humanity. On behalf of the entire Medical College, I congratulate each and every one of you on this remarkable achievement. Today, you will receive more than a professional title. With your induction by the Registrar Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, with the Secretary responsibility under supervision initiated during your housemanship. Our society will place in your hands what is perhaps its most precious possession, that is the human life. I urge you not to take this privilege you will have to diagnose illness, relieve suffering, restore health, the dying, and support families during their most vulnerable moments. As you take your professional oath today, remember that medicine is not merely a science, it is also an art grounded in compassion, integrity, humility, and empathy. While scientific knowledge will continue to evolve throughout your careers, the values that define an exemplary vision remain timeless. That is honesty, respect for human dignity, confidentiality, accountability, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. I urge you to take time and read the Medical Council Code of Medical Ethics, which will be your guide throughout your practicing days. As graduates of this institution, you carry our name wherever you go. Remember our motto as a university and college, that is, we are naturally ahead, and we are only second to meaning that we are second to none. This should inspire you always. We therefore expect you to uphold highest ethical standards, maintain intellectual curiosity, embrace lifelong learning, and continually improve your skills. Let your competence inspire community, invite collaboration, your professionalism and trust of your patients and colleagues. You are entering the profession at the time of extraordinary advances in medicine. You know of the artificial intelligence, genomic medicine, robotic surgery, telemedicine, and precision therapeutics that are already transforming the health here in Nigeria. I urge you to go out and explore, learn, and integrate these advances in your day-to-day practice. By so doing, you will truly be an ABU graduate, aligning and fitting in with global trends. However, despite these technological innovations, you should remember that no machine can replace the healing power of the compassionate, communicates honestly, and treats patients with dignity and respect. I wish to acknowledge the parents, guardians, spouses, families, and mentors, as well as friends, whose sacrifices and encouragement have contributed immensely to the success celebrated today. Your unwavering support has helped shape these young professionals, and we share this achievement with you. I also extend my sincere appreciation to the staff of the college and all members of our university community, whose dedication has nurtured this graduating class into competent and responsible medical graduates. The Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, under the leadership of our proud and distinguished alumnus, Professor Fred McCarry, has over the years continued to carry out an oversight function of ensuring that the quality of medical training we provide continue to improve and that strictly adhered to. Recently, the Council approved an upward review of our admission quota from 180 to 350. We thank the Council for this recognition, which we believe was predicated on the belief that our university has the capacity and resources to respond to the global need to address the shortage of health workforce in general and medical doctors in particular. As we embark on increasing our admission quota, the college will deploy new pedagogies in learning and teaching by building on the teaching and learning. We thank the federal government for the recent special high-impact intervention that was meant to double our carrying capacity, and also the federal government for selecting our institution to be among the beneficiaries of the country. I want to appeal to the Minister of Medical and Dental Council, who happens to be the head of the committee advising this edifice, to continue to advocate and to see to it that commencement of work to this extent has commenced soonest. This will greatly advance medical education in this university and the country. The university, under the able leadership of our Vice Chancellor, Professor Ahmadu, has continued to support the college towards the realization of its vision and mission. The recent accreditation exercises of both MBBS and dentistry program are testimonies. At present, the management has approved some projects within the college to improve the learning and teaching environment of our staff and students, which included complete renovation of the student hostel, which has not been done for over 2 decades. Also, he has approved the construction of new hostel in the male and female wing of the Shika Education Hospital, which is also commenced. He has also commenced renovation of the professorial block in Education Hospital, Shika, and has approved the renovation of the dilapidated lecture theatre here in the preclinical section of the college. Already as well, there is an ongoing project to see to the construction of a 500 seat capacity lecture theatre that has commenced already. Sir, we thank you for this exemplary leadership. However, with the increase in admission quota, just like the Oliver Twist, we still want to appeal to the management to consider and approve the transfer of interested staff of the ABUTH Teaching Hospital that have completed their residency training into the university. We believe this will improve teaching and learning and also address the generational gap which the university is witnessing in most of its faculties. This will also maintain institutional memory. The teaching hospital, which is the operational theater for clinical training of students under the leadership of the chairman of this occasion, has been very supportive, providing a conducive environment and equipment for teaching. We appreciate these many interventions by the teaching hospital and also appreciate the existing relation which we have as well as collaborations. However, I still appeal to the university and the teaching hospital to work hand in hand to ensure that the renovation of the medical ward complex that has commenced be completed. We believe by so doing, we will have more patients that will be used for teaching of medical students. Finally, dear faculties, the evidence, this country and indeed the global community need physicians who are not only clinically competent but also compassionate leaders, innovators, educators, researchers, advocates for equitable healthcare. I encourage you to serve wherever you are needed with dedication, fairness, and respect for every individual, regardless of his social background. Also remember that the white coat you will be wearing is not merely an item of clothing. It's a symbol of trust, service, sacrifice, and hope. Wear it there for humility, protect, honor of the profession, continue to learn, continue to care, and never lose sight of the privilege of serving humanity. Also remember your alma mater and give back to Bello University that made you who you are today with pride and gratitude. As you begin your medical practice, may you find wisdom in difficult decisions, strength in challenging times, compassion in every encounter, and fulfillment in life through your service. Congratulations once again. May your career be marked by excellence, integrity, compassion, and meaningful contributions to the health and welfare of our society. Thank you, and God bless you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please another sounding round of applause for the hosts. Thank you very much for that. Quickly before we continue, may I also acknowledge the presence of the Director of Technology, Professor Zaria. You're welcome, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, having heard from provosts, it's now time to hear from the #1 man piloting the affairs of the prestigious Ahmadu University, Zaria. At this point, please a round of applause while I welcome the remarks of the Vice Chancellor. Thank you.
Let me take this special moment to recognize a father figure and former Vice Chancellor of this great institution, Professor Abdu-Aguye. Welcome, sir. The chairman of the occasion, the Chief Medical Director, Professor Hamidu, the Registrar of the MDCN, Dr. Fatima Kari, ably represented by Dr. Tijani Ali, the Provost, College of Medical Sciences, Professor Ibrahim Ismail, our guest lecturer today, Professor Ibrahim Abdu-Aguye, the representative of the area of Zazzau, the Waziri of Zazzau, very much welcome. Members of the College of Medical Sciences, management of the teaching hospital, distinguished members of the Medical and Dental Council, members of the academic community, clinical staff, deans and directors, parents and guardians, and most importantly, our graduating students. It is with immense pride and joy that I join you today at this very important milestone in the lives of our graduates. I warmly congratulate all of you on the successful completion of your medical education and training. I equally congratulate your parents, your guardians, and your families whose sacrifices, prayers, and support have made this day very much possible. Today, you do not merely graduate with a degree, you assume a profound responsibility to humanity. By taking the oath, you commit yourselves to a profession founded on knowledge, competence, compassion, integrity, and service. I therefore urge you to always remember that behind every diagnosis is a human being, and behind every patient wish themselves nationally and internationally. Recognize the Honorable Minister of Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Fatih, who is a proud alumnus of this great institution, whose contributions to Nigeria's health sector continue to be widely recognized. I must also, out of many, especially recognized and outstanding infectious disease epidemiology and vice provost at the University Medical Officer of the Coalition for Epidemic. Reminders to all of you that are being inducted today that the training you have received here can open doors to national and global leadership in medicine and the health sciences. I must therefore commend the academic and clinical staff of the College of Medical Sciences and the teaching hospital for their dedication. The seamless working relationship between the college and the teaching hospital medical training. I must take a special moment to take the class of teaching, research, and clinical practice. As we look ahead, we must continue to strengthen this coalition. We will seek even greater collaboration among the college, the teaching hospital, the university administration, and other stakeholders to ensure that our graduates remain competitive in an increasingly demanding medical environment. The university is also investing deliberately in upgrading the environment in which this training takes place. We are improving preclinical and clinical training facilities, upgrading professorial offices, and working towards the completion of ongoing laboratories and lecture halls. These investments are intended not merely to improve physical infrastructure, but to create an environment that supports excellence in teaching, research, and patient care. I would also like to express our profound appreciation to the federal government of Nigeria for selecting Bello University as one of the beneficiaries of the high impact intervention in medical sciences. Graduates and their proud parents and families. I commend our staff for this remarkable achievement and thank all our stakeholders for their continued support. Let me conclude by appreciating once again for the special Professor Abdu-Aguye, who has created time to join us in this very important occasion. May God Almighty continue to give you good health and grace to continue to advise and support this institution that you have served diligently. Strengthen you and grant wisdom to all our graduate staff on this noble journey of service to humanity. Congratulations, and I wish you every success in your professional career. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Please another round of relation of history. The university was founded on the vision of Ahmadu Bello in Sardauna, and years later, we have a Vice Chancellor, Professor Ahmadu, who carries that vision. There is something in the name Ahmadu. Please let's appreciate our Vice Chancellor, Professor Ahmadu, who has eloquently advised the graduates and told us how the university is expanding. Indeed, ABU is naturally ahead. Thank you very much, Salazar. Moving on now, as we are is one of the important events of the day, the guest lecture by a profound guest lecturer. And you know, as the tradition of the gown entails, we need to hear the citation of the guest lecturer. I have the distinct honor and pleasure to invite for the citation of the guest lecturer, Dr. Hamidu from Internal Medicine Department, Ahmadu Bello University, to give the citation of the guest lecturer, Dr. Hamidu. Of course, you know the encyclopedic nature of the professor's citation, and the time we are looking at the Vice Chancellor has engagement, the CAB as well as the Registrar of Council. So, Dr. Hamidu, with the leave of the chairman of the occasion, we are expecting a summarily summarized summary of the summarized version of the encyclopedic professorial citation. Thank you.
Okay, in view of that, Chairman of the occasion permit me to stand on the existing protocol. It's my pleasure and honor to present the citation of our distinguished guest lecturer, Professor Ibrahim Abdu-Aguye. Professor Ibrahim Abdu-Aguye, who is the distinguished guest lecturer for today, is a well-known authority in medical practice and administration. He graduated MBBS from the University of Ibrahim more than 50 years ago and did his internship. He did his internship at Bello University Teaching Hospital and returned to join the Department of Internal Medicine after a mandatory one-year national youth service. He enrolled in residency in medicine and earned his fellowship with the National Postgraduate Medical College in 1985, specializing in a rare field of clinical pharmacology. He also joined the Department of Pharmacology in the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences in 1980, and as a lecturer too, and then was promoted to lecturer 1 within a year. He earned an MSc in pharmacology from Ahmadu in 1985. He is the recipient of several awards, including a fellowship with the West African Society of Pharmacology. He is also a Doctor of Science with the University of London. He is a Senior Fellow of Administrative Institute of Nigeria and a Senior Fellow of Institute of Industrialists and Corporate Administrators. His research interests include parasitic diseases, ethnopharmacology, pharmacokinetics, herbal medicine, as well as medical education. He has published over 100 publications in peer-reviewed journals, in addition to making contributions to several books. Zaria at Bello University, where he spent more than 40 years in service. He has held several positions, including the head of the Department of Pharmacology in 1993. He has also been the director of Equipment Maintenance Development Center 1990 to 2004. He was the Dean, Faculty of Medicine 1994 to 1998, as well as Dean, Faculty of Medicine 1998 to 2002. He was an administrator of Community Medicine 2002 to 2004 and has served in several committees as well as several capacities both within and outside the university. He has been an excellent examiner to many federal universities, head of service, NDCN and NDC accreditation teams to many universities and teaching hospitals, and has been a visiting professor to several universities, including Usman Folio University, Nile University, Beach University, all in Abuja. He also has served in Bello University teaching hospital in several capacities. He was the chairman of the Medical Advisory Committee between 1994 to 1998. He was also the CMD, Chief Medical Director, 2004 to 2008. He has founded and served as pioneer head the unit of clinical pharmacology in the Department of Medicine, 1990 to 2010. Our guest lecturer has mentored several other scholars in the field of medicine and pharmacology. He has supervised several MSc and PhD. Professor Abdu-Aguye's community services have distinguished him among his peers. He is a 3-time doctor in the medical teams to Saudi-bound Nigerian parents. He has served as a member of several expert committees in the Federal Ministry of Health, including committees, traditional medicine committees, and member of the National Drug Formulary and Essential Drugs Committee between 1990 to 1999. He was the chairman of the National Drug Formulary and Essential Drug Committee, also between 1990 and 2011. He's a member of the National Drug Safety Committee and of NAFDA between 2021 and 2024, and the chairman of that same committee from 20 up to 2026. He's the chairman of the Nigerian Advisory Group on Organization between 1990 to date, and member Technical Committee on Establishment of Kogi State University between 1999 to 2000. He's also the chairman Governing Council of Prince Abdu-Aguye University and back between 2021 to 2025. He is also the deputy. He was the deputy 1998 and 2002. He was also the member of Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria between 1998 and 2002. Our guest lecturer was the Dean, Faculty of Medicine, Kaduna State University from 2010 to 2015, and he founded both the Department of Pharmacology and the Department of Clinical Pharmacology and Therapeutics, the latter of which he currently is. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Ibrahim Abdu-Aguye.
I know using the mic.
There has been a very long. Allow me to just mention a few people that I need to mention, and then mention the already existing protocol. The chairman of this occasion, the person of the CMD of Ahmadu Bello University, Professor Hamidu, the Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, Professor Ahmadu, a former Vice Chancellor of this university, our father, Professor Abdu-Aguye. It's really a pleasure to the representative of the representative of the professor of the Medical and Dental Council, Dr. Tijani. The real father of the day, my colleagues, many of them here. I want to single out Professor Swakindani and Professor. Let me then rest on the existing protocols. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, graduates, my lecture is titled You and the Health of Nigerians, hoping to talk directly to the graduates, the soon to be inducted colleagues. I would just go and sit down because both the chairman, VC, and the provost have already said what of these, some of these I want to say. But I will guess that there are a number of obligations to deliver what I have written. But I must say, I'm not written much more than they have said. So let me start by saying that I'm very, very pleased, very, very honored to be here today as guest lecturer on this occasion of the Sponcio Academica of the newly inducted doctors of this prestigious Academic University. is Zaria and the associated issues. We give glory to the Almighty God, Allah, for bringing us here to this venue safely and for making this day possible. Allow me to appreciate the College of Medical Sciences and its leadership for inviting me to give this talk and also to allow me to select what I wanted to talk about. And therefore, I started to talk about what I said earlier with you and the health of Nigerians, hoping thereby to deliver a message which is about half a century old in my head to these young colleagues that are just about to take an oath. But before I do that, let me congratulate the young doctors for achieving this milestone in their lives. It must be a very easy. You must be very proud of this day. Because this is the day you are achieving your lifelong ambition to become a blessing, have humanity for the rest of their lives. Remaining contented with this message because you are aware that this is only the first step, and the way ahead is heavier. The nature of medical education requires that you will proceed to do a 1-year-long internship to qualify for independent practice later in your life. This event is going to be climaxed by oath taking and award of certificates of temporary registration. And you will be working under the supervision of more qualified and more experienced supervisors. Please take this year very seriously, because it is crucial for sharpening of your personal skills, as this is the opportunity to actually act as a medical doctor. You will often be the first doctor that a patient reporting to your facility will work with. How you conduct yourself is crucial for the credibility of the facility. Let me add that several people have talked about integrity, humility, empathy, and all of that. This you are going to carry on as you do your job. How you conduct yourself, like I said, is very crucial for the you are at that moment not only a doctor but also a public relations officer for your facilities. What you learn in the classrooms, in the theater, in the clinics, will all come alive during your year of craftsmanship. And the idea is that you will build upon those works. You will build upon what you already know and what internship here. A successful will need you to have a certificate of permanent registration, which is also going to be the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. The year that follows that, in this case, is taken up by the compulsory national service for those who are under 30. This year is also very crucial because it is the first time you will be working under supervision, and you will probably not have other doctors to consult. You may find yourself in a place where you are playing doctor, so you will be required to do the best you can. Some of us here that are older than you opted to be villages to serve, because the challenges, we deliberately wanted the challenges. So I ask you to also take the opportunity and go and serve in the communities. And after that, you would want to specialize. You may have made up your mind by now, or you may be the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Health. Created the plan of the ministry to gear up the health of Nigerians. These plans included, as usual, building of more physical infrastructure and number. Reviewing what's needed by joining the Federal Ministry of Health. Pay free accommodation, automatic car loan, etc., etc. The message was very simple. Nigeria needed us. So the message is Nigeria needs you. You just listen to my citation. And nobody told you I was the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Health. He didn't say I was a Commissioner of Health. He didn't say I was any director of anything. So I can't offer you these mouth-watering offers he made to us. But I'm a stakeholder in the health of Nigerians. I am a researcher. I worked continuously all my life with the ministries of health and the states, the federal, and I am an academic. And I feel that obligation to reiterate to you, Nigeria needs you. Let me not sound very pessimistic. I want to lay in front of us some of what I think Nigeria has achieved in the health over the last 40, 50 years. I just put them as this. They are not all, but what came to my mind includes a much wider population health coverage. There are very few places in this country that don't have a health facility today. In those days, there were very many mobile clinics. Government deployed mobile clinics. Villages were. Today, the situation is different. Indeed, when Professor Gray was the Minister of Health, he commissioned a committee under the leadership of the CMD of Professor Koshubi to map out the health infrastructure in Nigeria. The verdict was, we have enough health infrastructure. Two, I think we have done very well tackling infectious diseases in the country. Three, we have also done very well in reducing the degree of infestations that afflict our people. When I was a student in Ibrahim, guinea worms, hookworm, pinworms, every worm were life. When I came to Zaria and took interest in systems, we went to normal fashion and you buy cysticercosis 10 to 1 combo in normal fashion. They came in droves. My project for the residency was cysticercosis, and I saw literally thousands and thousands of children suffering from failure or bizarre or female menstruation, they call it in the West of those days. I don't think you have that prevalence anymore. We have also made considerable reduction in the ability of parasitic diseases like filariasis, leprosy, guinea worm, and all of that. When we were students, we were told that about 10% of villages in northern Ghana, 10% of the people in villages in northern Ghana were blind from river blindness. I don't think that is the story today in any part of Nigeria. We have done also almost eradication of diseases that stem from cultural practices, including postpartum cardiac failure, circumcision, tribal marks, tattoos, local tonsillectomies, and all of that. I think we still see them, but it's not as bad as it used to be. We have also had considerable reduction in the morbidities and mortalities to malaria, even though Nigeria still carries the largest volume of malaria illness in the world. It's a very bad time from what it was when we started almost as doctors. Nigeria has since introduced vaccination for several childhood diseases and also other diseases. I have myself been the chairman of the group that advises government on vaccines, and I know we deploy about 13 antigens for immunization currently. We have also achieved a lot of improvement in manpower development, as is exemplified by your graduation today. There is no state that does not have a school of technology. There is very many universities are competing for medical schools, pharmacy schools, dental schools, autonomous centers, and all of that. The federal government has also set up very many specialized hospitals like ours here, teaching hospitals, federal medical centers, federal neuropsychiatric hospitals, ENT centers, and specialized centers like the ABUTH here in Zaria, National Tuberculosis and Bello Center here in Zaria. So a lot of this has been very commendable achievements of our we have also introduced National Health Service Scheme so that we can make available to our people medical services. Now, before I get carried away, let me say that a lot of these gains have been made possible by the general societal awareness, improved literacy rates, improved sanitary conditions, and better public health management. Unfortunately, several recent events like banditry, massive population displacement, flooding, climate change, seen in the table below. Now, let's go to that table, please. Do that table. One or two pages ahead of there, please. There's a table. Just look at that table and let's discuss it. Please fix your eye on that table. Let me go there and see the table. Now, in spite of all that I've said, in spite of everything that I've said, look at that number one, number 5 mortality. We lose about almost 120 children before the age of 5 years. Out of every 1,000 lives. We lose about 120 children, about 120 children don't make it in 5 years out of every 1,000. That is not good. It is. Pregnancy in Nigeria is a disease. It is not a disease, but it's a disease in the country. Roughly 1 in 22 women die in pregnancy or labor. That's unacceptable. The doctor patient ratio in Nigeria is neither to 1 to 3,500 or 1 to 9,000. Between 1 to 3,500 to 1 to 9,000 patients. The WHO standard is 1 in 600 people. Never 1 per 3 in their lives. 1 per 3, just 1. I said we have 13 antigens for vaccination. There are young people in Nigeria that do not see 1 vaccine in their lives. That's not right. To make matters worse, has become an epidemic in Nigeria. The deterioration in our sanitary services. So, we were declared polio free only a few years ago, the last in the country, the last in the Africa, which is not very good. All right? Apart from that, we are also doing what they call the polio-derived, we are having the highest number of polio-derived, polio vaccine-derived polio viruses in Nigeria. So, as you step out of this place, I want you to think about all of this. The opportunities available for you as doctors are enormous. You could choose to be a private practitioner. You could choose to have your own hospital. You could choose to be an academic. You could choose to join an NGO. You can also choose to be just a specialist in your own field. Nigeria needs you. So, from what I've said, it is quite clear that you are needed. I step out of this choose institution for internship. You should not forget everything that I have said. I also want to stress that there is a place for politics among doctors, if not for anything, in the form of formulating policies and the proper execution of those policies. I believe that I have delivered my 50-year message to you. I know that Nigeria needs you. You may find yourself going abroad to specialize. Please go there, get the best you can do, and come back to Nigeria, or at least don't forget Nigeria. There is a place wherever you go, don't forget it, because graduates from this university have made the world very proud all over the world. So let me appreciate the audience for the graduates for listening so attentively, and also of course to use this opportunity once more to thank the college for inviting me for this lecture, for this guest lecture. I wish you all the best as you step out.
Thank you very much, sir, for that insightful presentation. Please, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for our guest lecturer. Thank you very much, sir. In a few minutes, the health of Nigerians will be entrusted in your hands, and the ball is now in your courts to either save us or let us be. But I believe you will save us because you all are law-abiding and patriotic Nigerians. Once again, thank you very much, sir, for allowing us to have the world experience Indeed, enterprise of your knowledge has been felt to be. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gradually coming to the high point of this event. But before we continue, may I acknowledge the presence of the first female chairperson of the Nigerian Medical Association in the state, Dr. Aisha. Welcome. May I also acknowledge the presence of the former Vice Chancellor of the Ibrahim Hamidu University in Professor Ahmadu. Welcome, sir. And then, of course, our Dean, whom I have seen seated over there, the Dean of Faculty of Applied Sciences, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, with the permission of the chairman, may I respectfully invite for his remarks the Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, MDCA, Professor Fatima Kiari, and the Head of Department Medical Registrar. Please, thank you.
The chairman my pleasure and indulgence to start on already well established protocols, but please permit me to recognize two important individuals here. The Vice of the University, the Professors of this University, the Royal of the Day, the former Vice Chancellor, Professor Ahmadu, the Provost of this esteemed college, distinguished professors, deans of faculties, heads of departments, proud parents and guardians, well-wishers, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon all. My name is Dr. Jani Ali Mandaka, and Assistant Registrar and Head of Medical Administration, Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. I warm greetings and felicitations to you from the Registrar of the Council, Professor Fatima Kiari, who is unavoidably absent, and she doesn't want to keep the inductees waiting, so she asked me to conduct the induction ceremony on her behalf. I'm privileged and honored to stand before you on behalf of the Registrar and Chief Executive Officer of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, Professor Fatima Kiari, the first female registrar since the establishment of the Council in 1963. The woman who is redefining, reshaping, and revamping medical education in this country. May I formally, on her behalf, to welcome you in one of the most demanding and respected professions in the world. Mr. Chairman, sir, before I proceed, may I request the inductees please be attentive, because I have been seeing when the lectures were going on, most of you have been on your phones. I don't think I will tolerate that. Yes. The Vice Chancellor was giving speech. The Chairman of the occasion, some of you have been on your phones. I won't tolerate that. Please. Do you get me? All right. Today is not just a ceremony, but a defining moment that marks the end of your long academic journey as an undergraduate and the beginning of your lifelong professional responsibility. The ABUTH University College of Medical Science of Excellence and you, the graduates, are testament to that legacy.
The council commends the university leadership by providing conducive and peaceful atmosphere that supports quality medical education without compromising acceptable standards. The university commitment to excellence is highly appreciated by the council. The registrar and chief executive officer of the Medical and Dental Council, Professor Kyari, appreciates the relentless efforts of the teachers of medicine, laboratory technologists and technicians who work day in, day out to ensure the sustainability of the production of medical professionals in this country. The Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria appreciates your resilience despite the challenges in the health sector and about the ongoing reforms in the sector. At the council, we remain committed to strengthening the healthcare workforce and supporting training institutions, which was attested by your provost that your quota was increased from 180 to 350. The parents and guardians, your sacrifices and support have made this day possible. We celebrate you. The inductees, they have made your parents proud, and today we recognize the remarkable achievements. But let me quickly remind you that you are not celebrating arrival to your destination, but however a commencement of the journey to a medical practice. Yes, enjoy the honors today. You have achieved a significant milestone in your lives, but the real work begins. May I also remind you again that you are stepping into the profession that demands not only knowledge and skills, but also what? Empathy and integrity. Remember that every patient you encounter has a unique story, and they will look upon you for care and cure. Please treat them with respect, be kind, and you want to help. Be trained by very competent teachers, and if you understand the art and science of medicine, please do not fail to rely skills. We all know that the admission into medical school is competitive. And remember the extra mile you went to receive this medical education. Always keep this in mind and embrace the privilege that do not feel entitled. May I also again remind you that the medical profession is procedural and hierarchical profession, and the seniority. You must respect your seniors and your teachers and acknowledge their presence, whether in a professional gathering or in a social gathering. The senior person should be mindful of the interest of junior colleagues in all their interactions and should always offer their appropriate benefits. Additionally, respect should be what? Mutual and reciprocal with the other members of the healthcare team. You have this, you have pharmacists, physiotherapists, laboratory scientists in the hospital. Don't feel because you are doctors to disrespect them. The way you want to be respected, you must respect them, especially for people that are starting. Well, if you want to misbehave with nurses, do not sleep. The patient calls, they will send call for you. So let them be your friends. Don't disrespect everybody in the hospital is very important. Bear in mind that doctors must command respect for both colleagues and communities. Now, after this induction ceremony, what happens? The council will provide you provisional registration certificates. What do you do with that? You are required to go to what? Centralized housemanship portal and create an account where you subsequently go there and select the hospital of your choice for your 1-year mandatory housemanship training. This is a critical step in your professional journey, and I encourage you to immerse yourself fully in this experience. You are required to complete the housemanship training in 2 years of the registration. Yes, if by next week you process your provisional registration certificate, that time starts. You have 24 months or 2 years to secure a place and finish your housemanship. Now, what happens? You could not do that, and that is the provisional registration certificate expires. The council will subject to an assessment exams, and you must pass that exam to be eligible to proceed for your 1-year mandatory housemanship training. So, I therefore urge you, as soon as you get your provisional registration certificate, secure a place and start your housemanship as soon as possible. Now, again, housemanship costing is 12 weeks in each of the clinical departments: obstetrics and gynecology, surgery, medicine, internal medicine, and pediatrics. 12 weeks uninterrupted. If there's any interruption, the council notified. Now, the posting is minimum of 12 weeks and maximum of 13 weeks. If you spend, give you full registration. If you spend 13 weeks, 4 days, we will not certificate. You have to write to the hospital why you had your husbandship, and let them tell us why there's an extension, why it is short of 12 weeks or more than 13 weeks. Sometimes the mistakes are made by you. You don't fill this post. You should observe, check. If it is short of that, we write to hospital. Sometimes some of the hospitals take them 2 months, 3 months before they reply. So it was delays your full registration. Now, you all know that this full registration certificate is your first professional certification, and you all know without that, you will be allowed to practice and you will not be allowed to proceed for your national youth service. So please, fill those forms properly. Let me pass this message to the CMD. I know the CMD might be busy, but the CMAT or DCMAT can handle that. Please, when these house officers started housemanship, and you now notice that the provisional registration certificate will expire before they finish the housemanship, please ensure that they have revalidated these provisional certificates. If you don't revalidate, for example, you have your license will expire in the next 2 months and you're not medicine posting. You say, oh, no problem, let me just finish. When you finish, that posting you had without valid license is null and void. So you will not be giving your full registration. They want to ask you to go and redo that posting. So please, it is your responsibility too, because it is written there clearly that this certificate expires after 2 years. So you must revalidate before it expires. If it expires and you continue the housemanship, well, it's your own business. But I'm just advising you, please revalidate. You just go on the portal, you apply for revalidation, and then you revalidate your certificate. So please do that. If you finish your housemanship without valid license, that housemanship will be what? The posting you had will be null and void. Please take note of that. Yes, in the course of your studies and practice, it is expected that you will develop an interest in a particular specialty. Yes, we all know that the era of general duty doctor is gone. Especially if you want to remain in hospital corners, you have to specialize. You don't know what you want to be: neurologist, neurosurgeon, thoracic surgeon, cardiologist, endocrinologist, nephrologist, surgeon and gynecologist. You want to be a pediatrician, orthopedic surgeon like your provost. It is your decision. Or if you decide, no, I don't want to go into residency program, I'll go to basic medical science, anatomy, biochemistry, physiology. It is your decision. All what I'm saying is you must register that specialist qualification for practice as a specialist. If you think, okay, I have my consultants who have been practicing without being registered, and nothing happens, well, let them pray that nothing happens. Because if something happens and they are brought before the district members of the council, they will regret that. So I urge you, once you pass your 2 exams, register your specialist qualification. You have your PhD, anatomy, biochemistry, physiology, pharmacology, anyone. Please register them before practicing, or else you will end up in a problem. And again, whatever you do, you also must ensure that you have renewed your license before 31st of December. If you do that, if you think you practice by 1st January and something happens, if you come before disciplinary organs, they will just strangulate you there. Now, the provisional registration certificate and the provisional registration I mentioned, the full and the specialist qualification. All these registrations, you can do them at the comfort of your zone. Do not give any money at the council, you're going to do that for you. If you do that, what we do, we punish to start. So please do that at the comfort of your zone. If you have any problem, let us know and we'll sort you out. May I also remind you this again that medical and dental professions are one of the most highly regulated professions worldwide. Yes, right from your education, registration, and practice. Therefore, the profession is done under close watch by your colleagues, members of the public, and the regulatory agencies. Any report of misconduct against a doctor in a professional regard is duly investigated. For us at the council, we have medical and dental practitioners investigation panel, and we have a medical and dental practitioners tribunal. Now, the medical and dental practitioners investigation panel started to carry out a preliminary investigation against the professional misconduct. If there's a private facial evidence established against you, there's a case established against you as a doctor, that matter will now be transmitted to what medical and dental practitioners tribunal. However, if there's no case established against you as a doctor, that doctor will be what? Discharged and acquitted there and then. For both panel and tribunal, the doctor will be given what? Fair hearing. You have your lawyers to debate with the council lawyers, and then before passing the verdict. Now, the tribunal has the status of high court. It can order what? A range of sanctions. You can be admonished, it depends on what you've done, it depends on the misconduct you have done, the professional misconduct. So one, you can be admonished, you can be suspended, or your name will be what? Completely erased from the council's register. Why will the tribunal do that? Because of gross professional misconduct or grave offenses. So please, know your limits. Do you hear me? Know your limits. Because once you are fully registered, you can practice on your own. But you must know your limits. I'm sure they always tell you the grounds. What do they tell you? Seek an opinion from a senior colleague or what? Refer the patient. This way, if you take decision on your own, you say, no, it's affected to noise, zero section. Just go and clean, just open now, just go to the layers. If anything goes wrong, you're but for now, for this 1 year, you'll be under training, we hold them responsible. Nobody calls you. So if you're doing what rounds, CPR, open bracket, Professor Time, write his name there. Because we call him, it's not you for now. So write him, CWR, open bracket, write the consultant's name there, so that when anything happens, we hold him or hold her responsible. But after 1 year, once I finish, we hold you responsible. Very soon you have a change of name, people will be calling you doctor, a title that is a great responsibility. Therefore, I argue to uphold the ethics of medical profession and conduct yourselves as doctors. Erring doctors will face the law and will be what? Subjected to disciplinary measures. May I use this opportunity to pray for all of you today's inductees that none of you should face any of the disciplinary organs of the council throughout your career as medical practitioners. The practice of medicine is an art and not a trade, a calling and not a business that requires complete dedication. Since this field deals, you will frequently find yourself out of your comfort zone to assist individuals during their most vulnerable times. Patients who are ill will rely on you for care and cure, looking to you with hope and anxiety, seeking assurance that you are competent and capable professional they need. The duty of care towards patients is paramount. Do your job and the council will protect you and stand up for you. Now, before I proceed, I want to remind you, there is something that has been happening these days. The graduates, you go on social media and they're writing rubbish. The council will deal with you. Yes. You know what even pains me? How will you? These are your teachers. They taught you without them. You become doctors. You not become doctors. You go on the social media, writing about your provost. Insulting your provost. In Africa, in our culture, leave religion aside, in our culture, we respect elders. Let me tell you, Section 12 has given the registrar power not to register you even after this induction. In fact, these your professors that are sitting here, if you are seeing them now, their license can be revoked anytime you've done any wrongs now. Those of you that are distant. Yes, the council has that power. You can revoke your license. That tribunal, when your name is erased from the council register, do you know what happens? Your name will be sent to all the councils in the world and to countries that use Ministry of Education and the regulatory agency do not practice. If you think when we arrest your name or suspend you, you can still practice. No, you cannot leave this country without council giving you certificate of good standing. You can't practice. So please don't misbehave. Recently, we invited some doctors to the council. We refused to process their provisional because they misbehaved in the induction ceremony. Only few of them, about 70% of them misbehaved. How are you doing that? Sometimes I ask myself, what kind of doctors and dentists are you going to produce if you ways to come? You don't respect your teachers? Because of these people, you are who you are today. You go and write it. The provost wasting our time. Is it the provost that is? It is the council. This day that we are giving you for 18 is the discretion of the council. The council can decide and say this election is the next 3 months. What will happen? It's not the university, it's not the provost. Why blaming your teachers? Please don't do that. Please, I advise you are on your own. If you want, go ahead and do. The pledge you take today is a solemn promise to yourself, to your patients, and the society. I therefore urge you to uphold it with the utmost integrity. Finally, I would like to encourage you to persist in your studies and familiarize yourself with what? Court of medical ethics, and most importantly, you state always aspirations and continue learning from the most accomplished individuals in your field throughout your career. Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, the representative of the Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. I would say, just like he is credited with earlier at some point, may we never see the red pen of the Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council. As you graduate and get admitted into the medical profession, may you always be under the green pen of good standing of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. Another round. The Registrar of the Council. At this point in time, I have the distinct honor and pleasure to invite the Provost of the College of Medical Sciences, together with the faculty, to come and present these distinguished graduates to the Council for admission into the Physician's Register by taking the Physician's pledge to the declaration of Academica 2017 as a legend. May I invite the elders to stand and rise and remain standing, because the next time you are taking your seat, you shall be sitting as physicians, as our colleagues, as colleagues of our teachers. Distinguished graduates, the moment is for you now. I hand over to Professor Nigerians, the Provost of the College, to hand you over to the Registrar of Council. Mr. Provost, sir.
Thank you very much. The new graduates should remain standing. Sir, I present to you 132 new graduates.
Thank you, Mr. Provost. I want to ask you a question. Do you want to jump? Do you want to jump up? Or you want to jump up? The guest lecturer told you the country needs you. Don't jump up. I personally don't want to talk about Java syndrome because I was misrepresented or misinterpreted in one of the universities. But let me tell you something, please. Be guided. Be guided. If I do standing, will give you good standing. So I feel good standing. I'll be guided. I have been to many countries. Some of our colleagues are doing well, some are trapped there. So please, be guided before you leave. I don't want to add anything about Japan before they start writing something. I said black that time, I said blue. So please, be guided. These are lecturers. At the point, some of them had opportunity to leave, but they decided to stay and teach you. So now you want to run away. Well, this is your decision. But please, we need you. The country needs you. So, are you ready to join us in the profession? You are ready? All right. If you are ready to join us, can you please put your right hand up and say or repeat after me? As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity, the health and well-being of my patients will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patients. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to interfere between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me if the patient has died. I will practice my profession with patience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patients and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the high standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my heart. You have now been admitted in the profession of medicine. This is the first phase. We have first phase, second phase, third phase, and the fourth phase. The second phase is what? Nigerian attestation or declaration. If I say I, doctor, you now mention your right hand up. I, Dr. Abubakar is my. So you mention your name. No, I'm just telling you how you should do. I, Dr. Do sincerely and solemnly declare that as the registered medical practitioner of Nigeria, I shall exercise the several parts of my profession to the best of my knowledge and ability for the good, safety, and welfare of all persons committing themselves to my care and attention, and that I will faithfully obey the rules and regulations of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, and all those that are made the control of medical and dental profession. So I will go. That is the second part. The third part, the affirmation. 1, and Bible to you, so you can hold it. This. You are now swearing in with the book at your hand. No criminal abortion. Now, these books will haunt you. Do you get me? It's a serious business. I said, we now mention doctor, we now mention your name. I, Doctor, do hereby affirm the pledge that I have just taken. So help me God. Before I do the last part, somebody might ask why this one saying it's pledge. It's no longer a Hippocratic oath, it's a decision pledge. It was amended in January in National Medical Assembly in Geneva, Chicago, 2017. Yes, it was amended. It's no longer a Hippocratic oath, it's a decision pledge. The last part is the 3 traditional bows. The first bow goes to the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the investing community at large for providing you with what? Peaceful and conducive atmosphere to become doctors today. The second bow goes to your teachers. You know, when you came, you don't know superior, you know, interlateral, all those things in your corneas. So, the admission will go and demonstrate mechanic sign. If it comes tomorrow, I shall come and do, you start doing like this. You'll go over and then do over and over again. They have done a lot for you. The third bow goes to your parents and guardians. They have done so much for you. Now, respectfully and kindly request the Vice Chancellor of this esteemed University, Professor Ahmadu, to please stand and receive this bow on behalf of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the university community at large. So after the count of 3, you can please give this bow on behalf of the university community and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. Are you satisfied, sir? All right, sir. You may take your seat. The second bow goes to the teachers, as I mentioned earlier. May I respectfully and kindly request the provost, Professor Ibrahim, to the Faculty of Clinical Sciences, Basic Medical, to stand and receive this bow on behalf of the teachers of medicine. So after the count of 3, you can give them this bow. 2, 3. Are you satisfied, sir? All right. You may take your seats. The last but not the least, your parents and guardians. You know where they are. You can turn and give them this bow. So after the count of 3, you can give your parents and guardians. I hope none of you like that ones going to back it up. You know, sometimes you like them, but they never lying. But they still give you so that you comfortable to face your studies. So after the count of 3, you can give your parents and guardians this bow. 1, 2, 3. Parents and guardians, are you satisfied? All right. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, before I hand over this graduates, Yes, lecturer. When they were saying 1985, I was just trying to remember why I was. I do not remember. When you had this fellowship, the vice chancellor of this university, the principal officers of this university, the chief medical director, the provost, the deans of faculties, heads of departments, proud parents and guardians, well-wishers, ladies and gentlemen. Also, like father of the day, the former vice chancellor of this esteemed university, Professor Abdu-Aguye. May I at this point, on behalf of the registrar of council, Professor Sponcio, present to you the newest for the latest doctors in town. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you, and remain blessed. Take your seats.
Thank you very much, the Registrar of Council. You are now taking your seat as doctors. According to the Directorate of Public Affairs of the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, at exactly 45 past the hour of 12, 132 graduates took the physicians on the physicians pledge, becoming doctors, and admitted to the physicians register of Nigeria, and they are now colleagues to us and colleagues to our teachers. Thank you very much. A very tremendous round of applause for yourselves as doctors. Indeed, the first time you are clapping as doctors. The next item of the agenda is the signing of the register of the Medical and Dental Council, as you've now been admitted as registered physicians under supervision. May I now invite the Dean of Clinical Sciences and the Assistant Dean to take it away from me for the signing of the register. The technical team, are we ready?
I think we are ready.
One at once. Why are you on?
As the physicians are signing the register, we are live on YouTube. Log on to at Ahmadu Bello University, and we are live being watched worldwide as the physicians sign their register.
That's Hello, Hajiya. Hello? Allah ki zauna. Dan yi mishi magana shi ma.
May I distinctly invite the Vice Chancellor, the Provost, and the Registrar of Council to stand to give a handshake to the new doctors. Dr. Tahir Asmaul Bakar, Dr. Hamidu, Dr. Bello Junaid Bello, Dr. Salim Zaria Okomene, Dr. Ahmed Aisha Asila, Dr. Damisa Shara Onizi, Dr. Suleiman Gaddafi, Dr. Khadija, Dr. Abdullahi Ismail Ibrahim, Dr. Bashir Khalid Yusuf, Dr. Aliyu Abdul-Malik, Dr. Umar Abdul-Salam, Dr. Joseph Taylor, Dr. Rawal Abdul
Ibrahim, Dr. Abdul Aminu Hassan, Dr. Abubakar Mu'azu Haskir, Dr. Ahmed Samuel Aloja, Dr. Sani Sadiq Abubakar, Dr. Lawal Ibrahim Mohammed, Dr. Goodness Johnson, Dr. Mohamed Nana Aisha, Dr. Umar Imran Ahmad, Dr. Ibrahim Ali Zakka, Dr. Jibril Ahmed, Dr. Haruna Zainab Tanko, Dr. Ayyab Usman Mustafa, Dr. Ibrahim Hassan, Dr. Davo Paul Ezekiel, Dr. Indazi Asmau Idris, Dr. Yusuf Musa, Dr. Ismail Nadir Jufri, Dr. Musa Mejida Jipakoro, Dr. Academica Febo Demilade, Dr. Abdul Salam Umar Kulsum, Dr. Sulaiman Hafsa, Dr. Abdullahi Muhammad Hamidu, Dr. Audu Dina Chairman, Dr. Ahmadu Muhammad, Dr. Abdul Salam Muhammad, Dr. Ibrahim Fatima Ismail, Dr. Ahmadu Party, Dr. Umaru Anotiba, Dr. Awe Munimola, Dr. Machina Kaltu Musa, Dr. Sani Dauda, Dr. Salman Rawa, Dr. Mikael Osman Ahmad, Dr. Ibe Anton Chuma, Dr. Mahmoud Umar, Dr. Suleiman Halimot Sadia, Dr. Mikael Aisha Sayyida, Dr. Abubakar Fatima Abdulaziz, Dr. Sani Sambo Fatima, Dr. Egbadun Mercy Damilola, Dr. Akerududu Olajide Emmanuel, Dr. Ibrahim Abdul Hakim, Dr. Abdullahi Sufyan, Dr. Mohammed Rabia, Dr. Buhari Mujahideen Haruna, Dr. Isa Umar Sanda, Dr. Yahya Fozia Ozebo, Dr. Musa Bufida Sanda, Dr. Daniel Jemima, Dr. Cheju Emmanuela Adela, Dr. Mukhtar Khadija Haruna, Dr. Alabi Abdul-Rashid Alabi, Dr. Sayyid Hadiza Udine, Dr. Isa Mubarak Isa, Dr. Isa Zainab Mudi, Dr. Ahmed Lucky Jr., Dr. Usman Hajara, Dr. Bashir.
Quoi? Mets celui-là, mets celui-là.
Dr. Umar Maria, Fatima Ahmad, Dr. Isa Said, Dr. Muhammad Sadis Ahmad, Dr. Ibrahim Muhammad Nazifi, Dr. Yakubu Sumayya Muhammad, Dr. Clara Khadija Ibrahim, Dr. Abbas Amina Jam, Dr. Adili Aisha Alisayo, Dr. Hafiz Ibrahim, Ila Yusuf Mustafa, Dr. Akoba Polika, Dr. Balas Ravi, Dr. Akochi Bello, Dr. Jibril Abdullah, Dr. Aminu Shaib, Dr. Aminu Musa, Dr. Bandi Alasa, Dr. Kambo Ayuba Ibrahim, Dr. Ibrahim Usman Abubakar, Dr. Yongeli Evnes, Dr. Jibo Khadija Muhammad, Dr. Hamza Mariam Ambawa, Dr. Sadaki Hafsa Hassan, Dr. Ahmed Abdulatif Ali, Dr. Sayyid Nasir Adamu, Dr. Abubakar Isha Umar, Dr. Umar Abdullahi Kanim, Dr. Gideon Joshua Aluga, Dr. Abdu-Aguye Abdul, Dr. Umar Faisal, Dr. Ibrahim Muhammad Sada, Dr. Abubakar Ibrahim Butoka, Dr. Salim Musa, Dr. Nuhu Ahmed Suleiman, Dr. Lawrence Azaru Babadiki, Dr. Ibrahim Anas, Dr. Gordon Victor Aza, Dr. Mariam Umar Mariam, Dr. Garba Abubakar Salim, Dr. Alan Josephine Okumawusi, Dr. Sani Shabawil Said, Dr. Rabi Sani Idris, and Dr. Usman Muhammad Al-Puri. Very much, Mr. Vice Chancellor, you may take your seat. Distinguished newest physicians, it was indeed a privilege to share with the Vice Chancellor of the University. You may go forth out into the world and do wonders. Thank you very much. A round of applause and Provost as they take. At this juncture, invite Ahmad to take it away from me to invite medical elders for some words of wisdom. At this juncture, now that you are our colleagues, at this juncture, I invite Ahmad to call on our medical elders to give us words of wisdom. You are now our colleagues, so you listen to the elders as colleagues and teachers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ahmadu. Congratulations to the newest physicians in town. And when we came here, you were in the office. but now you have already been inducted. So we can confidently call you doctors with the permission of the council. Please, another big round of applause for yourself. Thank you. Thank you very much. Other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for some words of advice from our elders in the medical profession, may I respectfully and humbly invite the former Chief Medical Director of the ABUTH Teaching Hospital, Shika, a former Vice Chancellor of Federal University, Lokoja, Professor Abdu-Aguye Hassan. Please a round of applause for him. Thank you. Please keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Thank you, keep clapping. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we have had a very long day and people are getting tired. So I'm not going to spend a long time here, but let me present my father who's here, the chairman of this occasion. I'll give you just one piece of advice. That during your practice, in the course of your practice as a medical doctor, sometimes when you call up duty, somebody has died and you are prepared to medical death certificate. Advice to you is that never write a death certificate on somebody you have not seen. You must see the dead body before you can write the certificate. Otherwise, it will block you. You will have the certificate in your hand, and they will ask you, Doctor, do you know this person? No, I don't know him. No. What's the name of the certificate? Read it now. So. Is that your signature? This cannot be my signature. That's the owner of the death certificate. So never write death certificate to see dead body. And how it occurs, how it arises, is that people may come take your naivety or your innocence, ask you to, this doctor, the father of the children have died many years ago, or sometimes ago, but he didn't have a certificate. Now they are changing away from school, they are looking for a detachment, and they are looking for their certificate. Please help us get a certificate for you. So that's one situation to arise. So never ever write a certificate without the. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And then for another words of advice, may I respectfully invite Professor Esoshiku. Please another round of applause for Professor Esoshiku.
The chairman of this session, to stand on existing protocol. I just want to congratulate our colleagues who have now joined the highly revered medical profession. Congratulations. Please, I'll just go straight to a specific point, and that is to bring to our attention as medical practitioners the rights of our patient. There are 6 core rights of our patient. Please, as a doctor, as a medical doctor, make sure that they remain your consciousness. Make sure that you always respect and honor these 6 core rights. I'll just read them out. Right to emergency care. All our patients have right to receiving emergency care. Please always respect it.
don't deny any patient of that right. Secondly, right to informed consent. Never administer any intervention or service that has potential risk on any patient without securing their express consent. Number three, right to privacy. Earlier speakers have expanded on this. Always respect the privacy of your patient. Right to clear information. All our patients must receive clear information from us. No assumptions, no ambiguity. And right to refuse care. All our patients have the right to decline accepting your service. Please, don't be angry. Don't take it in adversely. Always remember that they have the right to refuse to accept service. And then finally, right to quality and dignity. This is so important. And this is why it's important for all of us to always keep abreast of current standard, of current mode of rendering services to our patients, because therein lies quality of our services. And we should also serve them with what? Dignity. So congratulations once again. All the best in your experience of the medical profession.
Thank you very much, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, having heard from the medical elders, going by the popular sayings of the late statesman, may Tamasile of blessed memory, he said, I quote, old breed without the new breed will breed greed. So as a youth, you need the experience and the knowledge of the elders for you to progress. And then also the elders need the radicalism and the youthful exuberance of the youth for us to have a better society. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is very important that we hear from elders who have seen, hoping to see tomorrow. A man who, when he left the stewardship of ABUTH, personally I was not born. Please, let's give it, or rather, let's give a resounding round of applause to Professor Abdu-Aguye for a 2-minute presentation. Thank you.
It's all right for me to speak to you. Mr. Chairman, Vice Chancellor, and very distinguished colleagues in the academia and outside. I think this is a hijack, but I accept the hijack. When I called the BC yesterday or the day after to alert him that I will be coming onto the campus to attend the induction ceremony of newly qualified doctors. I always wish to be on the campus of this university, my university. The last time I attended this kind of ceremony was 40 years ago. In 1986, in my final year in the office of the Vice College available in the country at the time. In our final year, we were told that the British had decided that by his decision to have a university in northern Nigeria. For obvious reasons, and those questions quickly arose. He was challenged to show where was he going to get the students to come, and where would he get the lecturers who would come and teach students in the university. Of course, he responded by saying that the universities are not created for a week, or for a month, or for a year. They are created for all time. Of course, he was reminded that talking about where his raw materials be coming from, and that I remember very well that at that particular point in time, there are only 2 secondary schools in northern Nigeria, 2 secondary schools. One to which I attended, Zaria College, and the second one, Government College Kefi. Those are the only 2 secondary schools in northern Nigeria at the time Ahmadu Bello decided that he would have a university in northern Nigeria. And the second question that arose, how is he going to get teachers? And at that particular point, there were only 2 northern Nigerians who were qualified to teach in a university. The first one, Professor Shah, who was then associate professor at the University of Lagos. And the second person was Professor Abdu-Aguye. And Abdu-Aguye had just gotten his PhD from the University of Cambridge at that time. So, for our standards now, we could say there were only 2 people with the minimum qualification to become lecturers too. University. So, Ahmadu responded and saying, universities are university institutions in the world and see whether you are going to get teachers, and you won't get teachers, and he did. So this is how we the decision of leaders with foresight. When this university is created, decisions will be taken in terms of acceleration of recruiting qualified candidates. Qualified candidates in the university. And indeed, this is what happened. Started with about less than 1,000 students from all over Nigeria and so on and so forth. I remember the university came into existence in 1962. And may I here pay tribute to some of my elders, in particular I want to mention 1 or 2 people. Chief Sunday Oni, who was then a principal secretary in the office of the Premier, together with 1 or other people that did the paperwork, the groundwork for establishing Ahmadu Bello University. And here we are today, about 75 years now, or thereabouts. The previous vision had come very clearly today. He was worried, or people were worried, because people were worried about where the teachers would come from, because and today I, without inaugurating my met at the University College of Ibadan, because it was into the university when I was a student. Because it was a college of University of Ibadan. So you see, here we are today, we have grown. There is no local government in Nigeria today where you will not find a certificate, a diploma, or a degree from Ahmadu Bello University. And this is the vision of a leader who really decided that you don't decide for a day, but now you decide for all times. So I think today I'm happy to come here to join my students. These are my students. In 1986, 40 years ago, I was asked the VC, where was he? He might be doing something whether in School of Basic Studies, about Bello or something. You know, you think ahead most of the time. I'm happy to hear what is being given to the newly graduated doctors, medical elders, and so on. The challenges ahead in the country today are enormous in all aspects of our life and challenges in development. Enormous. And the crisis today, in my mind, is crisis of leadership. Any institution or any organization that lacks leadership is bound to fail. Just like your house, if your house fails because of poor leadership, if the town fails because there is no leadership in the town, there is none in the country, there will be failure in the country. We can't say that Nigeria has not achieved much. It has, in a way. But in 66 years of our independence, for us to lack electricity, if today I did a program yesterday or the day before, China with 1.4 billion people, every person with sufficient access. With only 200 million people, most people in Nigeria today go to sleep in darkness. And people talk about sanitation, health, and so on. We have huge challenges. So the people who have graduated today have challenges ahead of us, or ahead of them. Because we are in the cliff now, it's poor, and it's goodbye. But we don't want to leave behind problems that could not be faced by emerging leadership. And emerging leadership are content all the time. I challenge, as I discussed with my sons, my juniors, and so on, the tertiary institutions will provide the solution of development in this country. Our failure in various elements to fail at the level of tertiary institutions, tertiary education, and so on, then the failure will be permanent, and I hope we should be able to admit it and be able to avoid it. Thank you very much for coming. Let me also admit part of my decision to arrive at ABUTH, which I always wanted to, is my granddaughter. She graduated here. I'm happy she has blended here, and behind her there is her sister, who is in the 5th year of medicine. And there's another sister that is studying medicine at the University of Academica. So, well, in the next 2-3 years, or 3 I pray that maybe before I should be able to build a hospital. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, another resounding round of applause for Professor Bello. Thank you very much, sir, for those golden words, and thank you for inspiring the younger generation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, quickly, going by the popular Hausa adage that Sarki Baba Kowani. So if you want to prosper as an upcoming medical practitioner, you need royal blessings. So quickly, last but not the least, for another brief message, may I invite the Emir of Zazzau, Ambassador Madam Ahmadu, who is here ably represented by the Waziri Zazzau Kani. Maybe please another round of applause for
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I would like to acknowledge the presence of very distinguished personalities here. Now, I have to mention Professor Abdu-Aguye, the immediate past Nigerian. He signed my LLB certificate in 1979. As the acting vice I would like to congratulate our new physicians for this moment and congratulate them again for being so committed, because I remember during our times, those studying medicine didn't have time for extra curriculum activities. They are always in the classroom, in the lab, and so on. But those of us we had plenty of time. Some of us is playing for other things and so on. But I believe it's still like that, because the person I came for is my niece. So I would like to mention that I know how much it took in terms of time and money. She got married before I graduated. She had even 2 children. But all the same, she kept the children in her mother's house and go to school. And I think that's wonderful and so on. I want to congratulate her and others that have gotten to this level. Perhaps I've gone through the various solemn declarations stated and said before us holding the holy books. But I've been trying to see whether there's any caveat about the relationship between a doctor and his patients. Particularly these days, is going on strike. Whether that is part of what they are expected to do or not to do. Perhaps it's absurd. I can't remember any time in the past when you have patients in the hospital that are being evacuated elsewhere, because maybe we didn't have private hospitals then. But at least the doctors were committed and true to their oath to make sure that at any given time, under any conditions, they will not abandon their patients. Please look at this again, the Medical and Dental Council, to see that even if our labor laws provide for strike, I think they should provide a caveat that it should not include persons on essential services. That includes the electricity workers and even the medical profession. They should be exempted from going on strike. They should be allowed to continue their jobs and then able to pursue that on their behalf. The second thing I would like to say is that the area of Zazzau, whenever he has an opportunity to speak, particularly to those in charge of medical teaching staff, to urge them to please reconsider to be getting to the current government. The functional hospital with everything except tolerance that should come to Chicago. And finally, I'll go by what Professor Abdu-Aguye mentioned. Was that they should identify all those that are going through school certificate and have studied at home, that are figured out. So, and the person who was sitting in this story was one of them. So that a special class was open for them and go to that classroom to see for myself. They were there and passed the GCE A-level examination to be deployed to teach the secondary schools. While they're doing that, the Premier had visited the Minister of Economic Planning, and he discovered that there were only two persons that were qualified as economists. And he was told that the other two, one was the secretary to government at Abdu-Aguye, and the other one was Ibrahim as the CEO of this local. He just asked his driver to come with the vehicle. He came straight to Zaria and went straight to the office of the Vice Chancellor. He was that British. He told him after the usual greetings, he told him that I would like to have a class of governors studying economics by October this year and so on. We still we still appreciate.
Thank you very much. It was received royal blessings, and then we go straight to the next item on the agenda, which is presentation of ours. I'll call to preside the next event, the College Examination Officer, Professor Rashid Yusuf. This is the moment that some people will collect prizes, others will collect photographs, and the rest of us will collect what? Inspiration. A round of applause for Professor Rashid as he takes on the podium to call on our please.
Thank you very much. The chairman, sir, the vice chancellor, Professor Abdu-Aguye, the representative of the Registrar of Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, Dr. Hamidu, the guest speaker, my provost, other distinguished guests on the table, please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. We have the level of award to distinguish those who have performed distinguishedly in various subjects through the medical academic period. However, before we go into that, I want to invite the Vice Chancellor to help us present the awards lecturer of the day, Professor Ibrahim Abdu-Aguye. Sir? Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. This next award is to a graduating class, and I'll start from the subject in the basic medical sciences. Second award is biochemistry. Biochemistry.
The handshake. Yeah, look up.
winner of the prize goes to U17 MD 1101. The next one is best graduating student in anatomy. And sorry, before I call the recipient of this award, I want to announce that there is a award attached to this on behalf or in the memory of our late students that died in 2022 during the NIMSA Games. And the prize of 100,000 naira is attached to this prize. These students are late Mustafa Aminu Nabil, U15 MD 1058, and Nabil Hamza, U15 MD 1114. May their soul rest in peace. So the winner of this prize is U17 MD 1101. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. The second category of award for basic clinical sciences, and may I respectfully request the honor of Professor A.H. to present this award. I will be supporting him here. To support him here, please may I invite Professor A.I. Muhammad to support him, please. Professor Aisha Muhammad. So as usual, or as courtesy demand, I want to announce first the best candidate in pathology. And the winner is U17 MD 1063.
SIB in the meeting now.
No.
Congratulations.
Excuse me, you are taking. Let us get it.
I would not want to be a bit selfish, so I'll call best graduating student in technical technology. And the prize goes to U17 MD 1018. Abdu-Aguye. Graduating candidate in hematology, U18, MD 2010. Hamidu Muhammad Ibrahim.
Allahu Akbar.
Congratulations.
Hamidu, I'm very surprised. I don't know that song, but you never told me, or you didn't give me the operation. That's very brilliant. That you do.
Congratulations. Please, thank you very much. Thank you very much. As of our political sciences are broken into our three categories. The first one, the presented. May I invite the chairman of committees and directors and the dean of Faculty of Life Sciences, Professor Ahmadu. She is presenting this award together with the dean of Faculty of Clinical Sciences, Professor Ahmadu. The first award in this category is the best female in pharmacology. The best female in pharmacology, and this goes to U17 MP 1103. Congratulations. The next one is the best in pediatrics. Sorry. All right? Okay, I'm going to announce pediatrics now. The best in overall best in pharmacology. And this goes to U17 MD 1008. Congratulations. Thank you. So the best in pediatrics now. The best graduating candidate in pediatrics goes to MD 1109 Suleiman Abia. Congratulations. The best in obstetrics and gynecology. The best in origin of obstetrics and gynecology. MD 1075 Ibrahim. Congratulations. So thank you very much for your applause. Yes, thank you very much. So the next set, this will be presented by none other than one of our Professor S.O. Shidi. Because your friend is he is to be assisted by Deputy Professor Ibrahim Abdu-Aguye. The first one is best in medicine. The best candidate in medicine, U18 MD 2003. Congratulations. Congratulations. The next one is the best in surgery and anatomy. And this goes to U17 MD 1109 Suleiman Allah. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Can you take your seat, sir? Thank you very much. The next set of awards, I want to respectfully invite the representative of the registrar NGCN in the person of Dr. Tijani Ali Bandaka, who represent this set of awards, is to be supported by the Director of University Services, Professor Dawuda Megatele. The first award is Best in Community Medicine Continuous Assessment. And this goes to U17 1046 Academica Favor of the United. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. The next one is Best in Community Medicine Project. And this goes to 17 MD 1049 Suleiman Hassan.
Men get plenty things for that.
Congratulations. Congratulations. The next one is overall best in community medicine. Overall best in community medicine. And this goes to U17 MD 1027. Good news, Johnson. So congratulations. Congratulations. Yes. So thank you very much, Registrar. The next set of award is Distinguished Leadership Award, and I want to invite the Provost to present this award to you. Awardee. Thank you, sir. The first one goes to the class representative. U17, MD1025, Sani Sadiq Abubakar Ambaka. For the wonderful job he has done, bringing the class together from beginning to the end. Congratulations. Sani Sadiq Abubakar Ambaka. Now also call on the assistant class. U17 Ahmed Aisha Asila. Ahmed Aisha Asila. They have done wonderfully well, including putting the class together from beginning. Yeah. So they deserve recognition. Congratulations. 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 For the overall best graduating students, may I please respectfully call on the Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Ahmadu, in presenting this award to the awardee, to be supported by the Provost, College of Medical Sciences, Professor Ibrahim. The overall best graduating students goes to U17 MD 1109. Overall best graduating Suleiman Amir.
Where's he going? This one? See, exactly.
Congratulations. Finally, sir, may I call the chairman of Academica, Dr. Aisha Mustafa, to join as the provost in presenting the Academica State Project overall best practices plan. So, use of the team, MD 1109, Suleiman Amira. May I also call on the secretary to join them, Secretary Dr. Ahmadu. Congratulations. The tradition of moving automatic member this.
Can we get
congratulations. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, I did. Thank you. The day is well spent. We are all winners. Getting to this stage is not easy. You have won the most important, which is the certificate to practice. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for the awardees. Like I earlier mentioned, some of them collected prizes. We collected photographs and the rest of us collected inspiration. Another round of applause for the awardees for the day. The day is already past 10 and we are getting to the crescendo of the event. May I invite at this juncture the class representatives of the erudites for a valedictory speech. The class representative. Dr. Sani Abubakar Rambata, you know it's a privilege. This will be your first speech as a physician. Please take it away from me.
Standing on existing, good afternoon to our distinguished guests, the chairman of the occasion, the vice chancellor, our honored lecturers, professors, parents and guests, my fellow inductees and students that are with us here today. My name is Alexander Bata. I'm the outgoing class representative of the U17 MD Erudite class. There's a particular kind of silence that falls over a lecture classroom in the final hour. Not the silence of emptiness, but the silence of something too heavy to say. This is the silence I feel as I stand here before you today, trying to find words that are worthy of everything we have lived through together. We came into these halls as strangers, carrying textbooks heavier than our courage, but we live as a family, carrying scars, stories, and a strength that none of us knew that we had. Somewhere between our first level steps onto the wards and our last anxious walk out of the exam hall, we stopped being individuals who happened to share a timetable, and we became erudites. A name we wore not only as labor, that we would seek knowledge relentlessly and carry it gently. To my fellow students, the ones who share their lecture notes and jottings from the world around, daily lecture material by 2 a.m. who help each other up after failed attempts, the impossible nights, and we joke and laugh in corridors when laughter was the only medicine we give us. Thank you. You were my classmates, but you're also my teachers in resilience, in kindness, and in the quiet art of showing up for one another when it matters the most. Through every word round we survived together, every Bible we walked into, and every clinical exam we faced while holding each other up, every triumph we celebrated as if it were our own. These are the true testaments of who we have become. A true family in every sense of the word. So our teachers, our mentors, our guides, the keepers of the land before us. Words feel small beside what you've given us. You not simply taught us medicine. You taught us how to be with the sick. You taught us how to be with the frightened, the dying, and the healed. You corrected us when we were wrong. You believed in us when we doubted ourselves, and showed us again and again that competence and compassion are not two different things. We don't call ourselves erudites today because you believed it first and you called us erudites. When we chose the name, it was in line with the sociological concept called the middle class self proposed by Charles Kukumi, which ended with I am who I do think I am. So we only believed that we're erudites, people with vast knowledge capabilities for learning, because you saw that in us before we ourselves. Whatever kind of jobs we come, we will carry a piece of UBS today. Every hand we hold. You planted something in us that will outlive our years in these halls, and for that we are grateful. And to our parents, our first believers, the ones who loved us before we had done anything to earn or deserve it, how do we begin to thank you? Long before we ever set foot in these halls, in the sacrifices we did not always see, the prayers that were said in quiet hours of the days and nights, the sleepless nights you had that mirrored our own, were filled with worry for us rather than worry for our exams. You gave without asking in return. Believed in us when the road seemed endless, and held us up on days we did not have the strength to stand. It will end. This and everyone that follows it will carry your fingerprints on it. Every hand will heal in some small way. Will also be healed by yours. We are erudites today because you were our first teachers, our first witnesses, our first home. Whatever we become, whatever we achieve, we remain first and always your children. So here at the threshold of goodbye, let us not call this an ending. Let us call it what it truly is. A beginning wearing a disguise of farewell. We are not closing a chapter so much as we are turning it into ink drawn from all the experiences we've shared. The friendships that have been forged with exhaustion. The wisdom passed down with patience. The pious stubborn hope that was growing through every difficult year. Lastly, before I conclude, to give back to a community that has given so much to us in nearly a decade that we have done. Activities as U17 area class from another university in Zaria, which included two outreach programs, one at the federal government girls' college in Zaria, and another at the Christ Academy in Hamidu, where we did one of the largest vaccination drives for cervical cancer in collaboration with the Medical Association. And lastly, as a legacy project, which we hope will live our years not just in these halls, but in this town as a whole. We decided to build a wall in the Samaru community. As a community of Lion Kwano, which has been commissioned and we hope will provide you as a community 10 years after we're gone from the community and probably even after we're gone from this school. Wherever we into specialties, into cities and countries far from this, may we carry erudites within us. May we remember the teachers who shaped us, the friends who became our family, and the version of ourselves that first walked through these halls and somehow together became ready. I would like to thank you all for the years. I would like to thank you for the lessons, and I'll thank you for each other and for the opportunity to serve you all as your class representative for all these years. Dr. Sani Sadiq Abubakar.
Class rep for the wonderful message. It is indeed a great one. I can see your colleagues giving a standing ovation to this. Thank you very much. Indeed, this is a time well spent that even the electricity company is telling us that we start going because we've celebrated the erudites. Today, before I invite the person for the most important stage of this event, gratitude is one debt that is not easy to pay back. But indeed, I will just take a list of faculty before inviting them to give the vote of thanks. If you has been there behind the preparation for this event, please do appreciate the TD, Faculty of Basic Clinical Sciences, Professor Gidi Waziri. Please join me also to appreciate the DTT, Faculty of Clinical Sciences, Professor Shoaib Ilyasu. Please also do welcome Assistant Dean, Faculty of Basic Clinical Sciences, Dr. Hamidu. We also have Dr. Alpha, the examination officer, please. Do assist me to appreciate Assistant Dean, Faculty of Clinical Sciences, Dr. Ivy Mohammed. We have Dr. Fatima Abdullahi. Please, a round of applause for her. We have Dr. Dogara Kadir. Please, a round of applause for him. And last but not the least, a very thunderous round of applause for the executive and members of the Ahmadu Bello University Medical Student Association, ABUTH. Thank you very much. At this juncture, I would be inviting the Deputy Provost, who is a plastic and reconstructive surgeon, so that he will help us to reconstruct all the messages that we've said today to appreciate everyone that is here today to witness this occasion. There is this saying of the legendary Anguero, who says he would appreciate everyone in his own language. Professor, sir.
On behalf of the College of Medical Sciences, Ahmadu Bello University, I am pleased, enlightened, and immensely grateful to handle this session where we show gratitude, we show appreciation to everybody who has contributed no little bit to make sure this has been a certain success. The chairman, sir, Professor Hamidu, the CME of Ahmadu Bello University, the Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Ahmadu, and the entire high table, including our guest lecturers, the representative of medical and dental classes of Nigerians, sir. We're immensely grateful, despite all your high commitments, to stay and not only accepted our invite, but also visually honored. All the principal officers, all the senior faculty present, this is to thank you and to rub it in to say that on behalf of the college, the tireless efforts at teaching at all the available platforms, that is in the boardroom and the clinic and the classes, will not go unnoticed. Not use the opportunity to say, please continue to carry this light and carry of creating the next generation of medical students. We're immensely grateful. To the erudite, this wishes very best. As everybody has said, the sky is the limit. Please make sure you continue to give back to the society and care for the patients in the community also. The parents that have shown up in this event, we thank you, congratulations to you and your works. And this is to say, thank you very much, everybody. Please have a safe journey back to the Thank you and thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Please another round of applause for the Deputy Provost. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've had a very long day. We have finally come to the end of this event. My name is Ahmadu. I'm from the Public Affairs Directorate, Office of the Vice Chancellor here at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. And we have, together with my brother, Dr. Ibrahim, we anchored this event. Please, a round of applause for us. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we started with prayers. It's also very important that we close with prayers. At this point, we actually invite the Dean, Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, Professor Wilson O. Hammond, for the closing prayers.
May we pray, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for an opportunity like this to come before you. We thank you for the privilege of accepting this young ones from Ahmadu University. We thank you for the journey through the rigors and the challenges of education, through teaching and learning. By your grace, Heavenly Father, you have rounded it up. This day we are celebrating the end that we have qualified as medical doctors. Therefore, Father, we ask that you receive from them. We ask that you direct them, you lead, you guide them, you uphold them, you bless them, you strengthen them, you provide wisdom unto them. That at the end of the day, teaching and learning, graduation, and becoming a medical doctor shall be useful to us as individuals, to them as families, the nation, and for those that you have enabled to come to celebrate with them, we ask that you lead each and every one of us back to our various destinations in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you for hearing us. Thank you for answering us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you very much. May we please rise for the national anthem as the procession will please at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Please, may we remain standing as the procession of the university goes in reverse order. The ABU band, please lead the procession. Thank you. May we remain standing. The procession is in session.
Ga best student din can. She will calm down. Ga ta can. Me wannan abin a wuya. Ina wuni, ina gajiya. Ya dawa.
Amina, tare da prof ka zo? Oke, wai wannan Banadu?